Between graduates and transfers, UCF's wide receiver unit has a fresh new look going into the 2025 season. I'm Nick Williams reporting for the Sons of UCF inside the Acrisure Bounce House, where we heard from wide receiver Duane Thomas Jr. and Chris Domercant say that this unit has a lot of work to do. Although they describe this offense as fast, the season is approaching fast as well.
Fast. Like we're very fast. I don't think there's one guy you could say isn't fast in our group.
So like Speedy said, we're fast. Like top to bottom, even the younger guys, we got a lot of guys that can fly. So I feel like we just gotta get on this, everyone on the same direction. Obviously, we're still all learning. Like you said, it's a new group, so we still got a lot of work ahead of us to do. But I feel like we got a good group of guys as far as personality-wise that can get the job done. So we got a lot of work to do.
We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. Everybody sees it. You know, everybody looking to see where we're going to be, and we talk about it all the time amongst ourselves. You know, we're just ready to prove to everybody that we can play ball too.
We'll hear from head coach Scott Frost on Monday and get more insight as to what he believes this team can do heading into the 2025 season. For the Sons of UCF, I'm Nick Williams.
Andrew Cherico here in the Bounce House for the Sons of UCF. On Thursday, we met with offensive coordinator Steve Cooper after what was likely to be media's final practice observation period. Cooper mentioned more situational football is being implemented as the season kicks off August 28th. But it's also important to stay grounded where they are so they don't get too ahead of themselves.
Kind of like what I said earlier, it's a nice blend of both things, making sure that we're hitting all the, we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's in relationship to having all our situations dialed in with our install. But while we're doing that, we're sprinkling in things that we believe are going to be good versus our first opponent. And listen, there's really not a lot of great tape to watch on our first opponent because it's a new defensive coordinator. I mean, heck, it's a whole new staff there. So we're really centering in our focus right now on what we're best at so that when we get into that game, we can execute things versus all the looks that we might get. But with that being said, there's certainly things that we as coaches feel pretty good about in relationship to game one, so we sprinkle those things in. Sometimes it might be something that the kids realize, our players realize that this is going to be stuff that's really part of the early install for the first game, but they also know that these are core plays for us that we can execute versus, and should be able to execute versus anything. We take a look at our practice plans after practice every day to see what we need to get to because of where things are at. So it's constantly evolving with that. But like I opened with, it's the situational football stuff that we're really keying in on. And that might mean that we'll do a short scrimmage. And really the idea of the scrimmage is to make it feel like college football Saturday, whether it's something as silly as running the guys into the locker room so they know what that feels like after pregame before we run out to run some plays, and then we'll script some of the situations as well. You get your 4 minutes, your 2 minutes, we'll put the ball down on the plus 25 so we can get some high red zone work. So our focus is going from install now to the situations. In a situation, a situation counts if we're talking about just coming out of the locker room for the first drive of the game. That's something that is different than what normal practice would be. So yeah, you name it, we're probably practicing that right now.
Knights fans will get a better chance to connect with UCF football during FanFest on August 16th, starting at 1 p.m. at Additional Financial Arena for pictures and meet and greet opportunities. And until next time, I'm Andrew Cherico for the Sons of UCF.